I'm Chef Mike Moses, and welcome to my kitchen, and welcome to a 5-ingredient Friday. Today, using 5 ingredients of zucchini, potatoes, we're going to use a shallot, an egg, some flour. I'm going to make a potato pancake with a zucchini butter topping. And all that is coming up. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of these, please subscribe. I post new videos every weekend just for you. 5-ingredient Friday is something that we started to take 5 simple ingredients and make something fantastic out of them. Today, potato pancakes, or latkes, or whatever you like to call them. I have an unusual twist on them, and what I do is I basically boil my potatoes first, make them nice and light, combine them with some flour and salt and pepper and an egg and make it all nice and fluffy. Then we put a nice crisp coating on the top. So without further ado, let's get our mise en place ready. First of all, 2 potatoes. You can use russet potatoes. You can use any type of potato you like. I personally like to use russets because of their starch content, and they're big. Nice, big, hearty potato. And because we're going to boil these potatoes, we want to cut them up. So just cut them on bud slices. Take your potatoes, put them in some salted water to boil. And we want them almost al dente, because you still want some potato texture in your potato pancakes. Season my water, and we'll let those boil. While the potatoes are boiling, we can get our zucchini ready. I have 3 zucchini here, and I'm basically going to top and tail them. And I don't know if it's me or whether it's just being picky, but I always like to look at the skin, make sure there's no damage. Everything is nice and clean, no bad spots. So we're going to grate the zucchini, and I'll get a plate out, put the grater on it, and we want to use the rough grate. That way we maintain some of the texture of the zucchini, and as it cooks down, you'll be able to see that it becomes more and more marmalade-like. So that would be our zucchini butter. Take your zucchini on an angle and just start grating. And the fun about grating a zucchini, or anything really, is that it goes everywhere. So as you can see, that's 1 zucchini grated up. And we'll put the grated zucchini in a colander. We want it to sit, probably for about 5 or 10 minutes so the liquid can start to leach out. I have the zucchini in the colander now, as you can see, all grated up and ready to go. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it to help draw out some of the moisture. Not a lot. We'll let that sit for about 5 or 6 minutes to leach most of the water out. Potatoes are on the boil. Zucchini is leaching out some of its water. Now we want to get the shallot, and we want to do a very fine dice on the shallot. Cut it in half. Take the outer layer off. In order to get a fine dice on the shallot without it falling apart and going all over the place, we'll leave the end on, and that way we have more control. So with your knife, you just want 1/8 of an inch cuts all the way down, almost to the end. Your shallot's still holding together. Bring your knife at the top, angle down, almost to the end. Now we're ready to make fine cuts. And there you see we have very fine dices on our shallot. This adds some extra flavor to your zucchini butter. In terms of preparation, that's all the cutting we have to do. Now we will let the potatoes continue to boil. Another 10-15 minutes. The zucchini is leaching out the water. Now we'll get the frying pan, bring that up to temperature, and we'll start making some zucchini butter. To make our zucchini butter, we have to bring the frying pan up to temperature, and we want to add at least 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. Let the pan work, let that come up to temperature. You want it around 400, 420 degrees just to get it started. Okay, our frying pan is up to temperature, and we're going to add the shallots and season. So you add your single shallot, dash of salt, and some pepper. Stir it around in the oil. Get everything nicely coated. Once the shallots become translucent, then we'll add our zucchini. Shallots are nice and translucent, let's add the zucchini. Take out any big chunks you find, flatten it out. Now the trick to making good zucchini butter, we're going to start off at a high temperature and then we're going to reduce the heat shortly once the bulk of the water is evaporated off, and then the zucchini will start to fall apart and become more like a butter. Look at that color, that's a gorgeous color. Get your shallots mixed and once again season. Just about a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and you can be liberal with the pepper. So everything on the zucchini has now come up at a temperature. We're going to reduce the heat and let this basically cook until it falls apart and looks more like a butter. Okay, as you can see, the zucchini has just about completely broken down. I can tell as I'm stirring it around, there's no tough pieces, everything is cooked. What makes this zucchini butter is a tablespoon of butter. Put that in, let it melt. Make sure all your zucchini is covered in the butter. You can use margarine too if you don't like to use butter. This is great as a spread on English muffin, or if you'd like to do a bruschetta, maybe even a quiche, or anything you could think of that you would spread an avocado on. You can put your zucchini butter on. And there is my bowl of zucchini butter ready to go on the potato pancakes, which we're going to make right now. All right, for the potato pancakes, I've taken my parboiled potatoes, added no fat whatsoever, drained them, let them sit in a colander until the steam evaporates and they're nice and dry. Now what I want to do is I want to mash them. I would say mash them coarsely. Once the potatoes are coarsely mashed, then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of flour and 1 egg. 1 egg, and we'll grab a fork and then we start incorporating everything together. The flour and the egg help to be a binder. And what you want for your potato pancakes is this to look almost like a pasta dough, but it still has some chunky bits in it. All right, now let's get our frying pan ready. All right, we'll preheat our frying pan to about 400 degrees again, and I'm going to add some grapeseed oil. Our pan's coming up to temperature. You can tell that by watching the oil, and if you see the oil moving around, you know that she's warm. We're going to take 2 ice cream scoops of potatoes. Then with a spatula, we're going to flatten them down to make our pancakes. Just check the underside of this one. And just before you're ready to flip, give it a little season. Just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And we shall flip them over, away from you, please. Don't they look gorgeous? They look just like pancakes, except they're potatoes. And these are yummy. Again, you can season the top if you like. It's all a personal preference. Pepper. Once again, watch the edges very carefully. You don't want them to burn. You just want a nice crisp on them. Okay, I'd say we're done. Let's turn off the heat. All right, let's plate up our potato pancakes. One there, one on top. Now we want some of our zucchini butter. Put that on top of that one. That one. And a little bit in between. And for the heck of it, how about a couple of cherry tomatoes? And there, our 5-ingredient Friday. Potato pancakes with zucchini butter and a couple of cherry tomatoes. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And I post videos like this every week, so please subscribe. Also, if you'd like more information, head over to my blog, thepersonalchef.blog, where I post this recipe that you can print off. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to helping you cook better, eat healthier, and shop smarter.